let me know in the chat box the moment you join. So this is another session in the series Last Lap to CLAT, and we have been doing a lot of sessions. I hope you are watching all of them and getting benefited, and I hope you are also sharing this with your friends. Why? So that they can also write CLAT well, right? You should be good friends with each other. So if you have joined me here, please let me know in the chat box, everyone. I will read your comments, of course, and I'll try to answer your queries also as and when they come. Okay, so do I have anybody here who has joined? Let me quickly check. So yes, I can see plenty of you. That makes me very happy, of course. Gauri, you are on the app. Thank you for joining. I can see plenty of you now. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good to see you. I am looking at about what, 30 plus students already in the chat. That's awesome. Alia, Gauri, good evening. Good evening, guys. Too many names. I'm not taking all the names. There's too many names, right? So can't take all the names, but most welcome, everybody. What are we going to do? I hope you know that we are practicing and we are revising concepts. So if you have been watching our videos in this series, Last Lap to CLAT, then you already know what we do. But in case you have not done it yet, please go back after this session and watch all the previous videos. If you're watching me after the session is over, you can watch me at 1.5x, but make sure you watch the video till the very end, because you would learn throughout the session. Okay, enough said. Now can we start? Now some of you are talking about data, etc. I think you will get that recharged. Okay, guys. So Nityank is teaching legal reasoning here. Actors reals, huh, Nityank? All right, guys, can we start? Let's begin, everyone. I am looking at your chat, and of course, I'm laughing because some of you are giving gyan to each other. All right, everyone. So good to see you all. Of course, I enjoy your chat also. I'm a silent spectator there. All right, everybody. So let's begin. So first thing first, what are we going to do in this session? We are going to practice some inference based questions, very easy, as I call them, laddu questions, very easy questions. Couple of them, I'll show you the questions, you answer them. That's about it. But very importantly, the questions would clarify your doubts, if any. They will clarify the concept if you still have problems, because your CLAT is only probably 10 days away. Today is 8th, 10 days away. So it would be a revision for some of you. If you have been doing classes with us regularly, you already have done these concepts, but revision is always welcome, correct? Now, one more thing, guys, remember, I may not be able to read your chats throughout, because in that case I would be looking at the other device only. So I will read them from time to time. Okay, so we are going to practice some questions based on inference. Now, very clearly, the first question you might have in mind is, what is an inference? Now, if you are not aware of what's an inference even now, then I am scared. But I know you already know what's an inference, right? So let me take you through the concept first. Very important, 30 seconds. Anything which can be logically deduced from the information given. Information given means passage or the argument, is called an inference. Listen to me very carefully, everybody. Anything that you can derive from the information is called an inference. That is why, if you have done my previous classes, you already know that technically conclusions are also inferences only, but they are more like, you know, the big brother. An inference is considered slightly lower than a conclusion, but conclusions are essentially inference only. Inference is anything you can draw on the basis of the information given. For example, suppose I say all Indians are happy. If I say that means some Indians are happy, that's an inference I'm drawing actually, correct? From this information I can say that some Indians are happy. This is an inference basically. Inference is anything you can draw from the information given. Number one, right? Now, next one. Conclusion and inference can be very confusing because there is a very thin line. Students get confused all the time. So please remember this basic difference. Conclusion is considered the main point. Inference can be drawn from any part of the argument, but it should be based on the argument. In other words, inferences are considered guesses based on evidence. Conclusion is the main point. Inference is from any part of the paragraph. It is not the main point of the author. And it can also be called a guess based on the evidence. If I say some Indians are rich, then, and if you say that means some Indians may not be rich, that can be considered an inference. It is not my main point, but it is true based on the information. You cannot say some Indians are not rich. You can say some Indians may not be rich. True, quite possible. This is called an inference. Now, I will look at your chat. Okay. Ananya, good evening. Niti, good evening. Kartikeya, good evening. Alia, that's correct. Okay. Now I'm looking at your chat, guys. Just give me a second. Yes. So the first good thing is I notice is that almost 80% of you are aware of what an inference is, right? I can see it from your chat. You practically remember the definitions we have done in the classes, which makes me feel good that at least you did not sleep through the classes, right? Very important. Good evening, guys. All right. So, Mahi Sharma, that's correct. So, everyone, can we move ahead? Definitely. So, one more thing, remember, sometimes, listen to me very carefully, sometimes a course of action is, listen to me very carefully, sometimes a course of action is given as an inference in multiple questions and students get highly confused. Don't get confused. Listen to me very carefully. Suppose a paragraph says that India has a very high rate of diabetes among its citizens. And one option says Indians should take precaution against diabetes. It is a course of action. It is not something you are deriving on the basis of the information. It's a recommendation. People think it's an inference. We can say it on the basis of the information. Information is not about what Indians should do. Information is about their health concern. So please remember, course of action need not be an inference. Students make a lot of mistakes in such a situation. Paragraph says India is not playing football properly. We are at 50th position in the world ranking. Inference, India should train its players by sending them to Europe. That's a course of action, not inference. Inference is based on that information. What can you say? So India is at 50th rank. So what can we say? There are 49 countries which are above India. That's an inference. That is why, remember, before I show you a question, reiterations can be inferences. What do I mean by this? Same thing said in a different manner can be an inference. India is at 50th rank means there are 49 countries above India. That's in a way reiteration. Same thing being said in a different manner, but that's considered an inference. So please don't get confused. Course of action is not an inference. I hope this point will help you eliminate choices. Correct, everybody? Now let me see your chat. Sojal, 10 days before CLAT, all you can do is you can focus on the exam, okay? Don't focus on anything else. Nityang, that's correct. All right, guys. Priya, I hope you understood it. Chalo. So let me show you a question now. Chalo. Let's read this paragraph, everyone. There is no timer today because the paragraph is a little bigger. Please read, and then I'll show you the question. Okay, so please enjoy the paragraph, take your time, read it properly. Once you have read, write done, then I'll show you the question. All right, everybody. Yes, please. Anshita Sinha. I'll try to do that. Okay, but after this question. Just try this question first. Yes, that's a concern. I think I can clearly see that the number of likes is on the lower side, everyone. I hope you know likes help us reach more students, right? So do that. Be a generous person. Just press the like button so that it reaches more number of students and they get benefited. Correct? Okay. Read, everybody? Done, done, done. Okay, I'm waiting for others to say done. Niti, we have a class tomorrow also, okay? 8 o'clock on critical reasoning. So don't miss that. Done, everybody? All right, everyone. Here is the first question. If you want to read the paragraph, you can tell me. I will show you the paragraph also. Not a problem. All right. Send me the answer quickly, everybody. Gauri Prakash, good that you are here. Okay. Very good. Chalo, I have started getting answers. Dharya says A. Shreyansh A. Okay, I'll show you the paragraph also. Some of you want to see the paragraph. Here is the paragraph, guys. Before I show you the correct answer, just have a look at it. 30 seconds. A. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Very good. I'll show you the paragraph for a couple of seconds. Okay, only one person has given a different answer. Geeta Pawar says C. Okay, only one. Kirti says D. Okay. Ansh said C. Vishwajit said C. Only 3-4 people said different things or different options. The rest have said A. All right. So let's look at the correct answer, everybody. Very clearly, 99% students have said A, and the correct answer is C. What just happened? Do not take anything for granted. This is called assumption. You assumed that this question is asking inference. Which of the following is true? You did not even read the question properly. Please do not do this unless you plan to sit outside an NLU and probably sell, I don't know, pakoras there. Correct, everybody? So yes, option 1 can be deduced, option B can be deduced, option D can be deduced, but option C talks about a normal pepper plant that went into a dormancy stage and then was revived. Any information about that? Can we deduce? Not at all. No information about it. Therefore, answer is C for Calcutta. Yes. But okay. So let's calm down. This was just a kind of a little shock, jhatka. Won't happen again. Don't worry. Okay, but be careful, right? Don't assume anything. All right, everyone. Ansh say it. I hope you saw cannot, right? That is why the answer is, your answer was correct also. Absolutely. Shiv says it keeps on happening with me. It happens with a lot of people, Shiv, actually. So please read this question, guys, and just write done so that I can show you the question. Okay. Shiv, if you're targeting 23, you have plenty of time to improve. If you're targeting 22, then I would suggest chill. It won't change automatically or overnight. Okay, just relax. It's totally fine. It may happen with 1 or 2 questions. It's totally fine. Pragya Jha, that's correct. Now can we have the done, please? Just write done after reading it, everybody. I'll show you the question afterwards. Kartikeya, that's very nice to know. Gangadhar, you are doing fantastic. You are Shaktiman, okay? You are doing absolutely good. Don't worry at all. All right, everyone, can I show you the question, please? Yes, here is the question. Now, I'm pretty sure you would read the question 3 times, just to make sure. So, can I have the answer, please? Kirti Pal, retooling means when if there is a machine, you tend to make it work again by repairing it, putting new things into it. That's called retooling. Or you can bring new tools to a plant. So all those things happen. Answer, please. All right, Pitambar has sent the first answer. I don't know whether it's correct or not, or I will not reveal at least. B, but this batch is very, I think, strong. That's awesome. Everybody is saying B. There is no dissenter. Nobody is saying anything else. Oh, no, I have. Dhara is saying A. Everybody else is saying B. Okay. Palak is saying A. The rest are saying B. All right, everyone. Before I tell you the correct answer, let's read the paragraph once very quickly. A manufacturer can only recoup. Recoup means to earn it back. Earn it back. Okay. Its retooling costs for redesigning a product if it sells enough of the product to its distributors. Can we say it is basically saying if you do P, then Q happens, right? Basically, unless means if not, unless R is done, this does not happen. So let's say PQRS. So now we are saying what? If P, then Q, unless R, then S. And then it says manufacturers are more likely to retool products. Manufacturers are more likely to do P if large advance orders for the redesigned products have come in before the retooling process is started, or both. What is the paragraph saying, everybody? Paragraph is saying if P happens, then Q happens. Unless R happens, S happens. And if Q is happening, Q is what? P is what? Recouping the retooling cost. So it says and if manufacturers are more likely to retool products, so they will do P if they get large advance orders. So the entire equation is what? The equation is if this happens, then that happens. Unless that happens, something else happens. And if this has happened, then that has happened. There is a very clear cut cause and effect relationship. Correct. We can also see the paragraph is about retooling costs, and it is ending by saying manufacturers are likely to retool products if they get large advance orders. So very clearly there is a cause and effect relationship. And at the last, the question is saying that retooling is done if they get orders. Right? Now look at option A. Option A says if a manufacturer receives a large advance order then it will recoup its retailing cost. What did the paragraph say? Did you notice? Paragraph said manufacturers are likely to retail products if they get an order. What is happening first? They are likely to retool if they get an order. What is option A saying? If large advance order is received, then recouping the retooling cost happens. What did the paragraph say? If they retool, I'll read it for you. Manufacturers are likely to retool if they get an advance order. So can we say that the order in the first option is reversed? Yes or no? Just let me know in the chat, everybody. Can you all see that in the option A, the order has gotten reversed? Let me know in the chat, everybody. Yes or no? Kartikeya, yes, that's correct. I hope it is clear, everybody. The paragraph says if P happens, then Q happens. Option 1 is saying Q happens, P happens. The order is reversed. Very clearly, those of you who marked A missed that point. So congratulations, everyone. Those of you who marked option B. Now, can we read option B? A manufacturer that has recouped its retailing cost has sold enough of the redesigned product to pass its break-even point. What is option B saying? Option B is saying that if someone has got the retooling cost, it must have happened because the person has been able to sell products. Because when do they retool? Only when they get advance order. If they have retooled, that means they have got advanced order. And if they have got advanced order, it is likely that they have been able to recoup the cost. That is why they have retooled. That is what option B is talking about. I hope this is clear, everybody. Let me know in the chat box if you got it or if you did not get it, whatever. Okay? Absolutely. All right, everyone, let's try again. This question can be a bouncer unless you read it very carefully. Options are very easy. That's a good thing. But this question can be hard if you don't read the paragraph properly. So please spend some time, read the paragraph properly, and then tell me. I'll show you the question. Okay? Go ahead and read it quickly, everybody. Now Dhruv says, sir, please help me tackling my relatives. They are coming home. Probably you message them saying you have sold off your home and you are staying in a hotel or a dharamshala. Okay, just try it out, but I'm not responsible for any unintended consequences. Yes, please. Can I show you the question now? Let me know in the chat box, everyone. Kartikeya says silly mistakes. Yeah, I know silly mistakes are a major issue in CR and English both, and they will happen. So it's okay. Don't worry too much. All right. All right, guys. Here is the question. Kirti says, I have heard that CNLU Patna has better government advocates coming out. Kirti, why are you worried about which college is producing who? Let's worry about getting into a good college first. Yes, please. Can I have the answer? Kirti, it's okay. Everybody is scared. If you're not scared, then I am scared. If your exam is 10 days away, you should be scared. It's okay. A little bit of stress is fine. Makes you work harder. Yes, please. What's the correct answer? Options are easy to eliminate, but the correct answer may not be very easily identifiable. Or maybe you guys can be smart. I don't know, right? Let me see. I'll show you the paragraph once, okay? Very quickly. Ah, that means I am teaching a bunch of smartest kids in the country probably. ज़्यादा हो गया? Don't worry. I'm genuinely very happy actually. Okay, I'll show you the question once again because I'm very thrilled to tell you that yes, you are right. C is the correct answer, everybody, and well done. Very, very good. This question can be hard for some of you. I can see some wrong answers also, but this question can be hard because you might miss, somebody might miss this line. But the country's development requires financing of small businesses in the farming sector. Requires financing. That means banks will have to give them money. And then it says, so economic growth will be likely to occur if specialized banks are set up to cater to this portion. Means what? You need to give these banks money which they can loan to the small businesses. That means these banks require money. They need to be financed. Now look at option C. Small businesses in the farming sector contribute to economic growth. But when? If they can obtain adequate capital. If they get money, then only they can contribute. Otherwise, they can't contribute. Right? This is what option C is talking about. I can see some have marked A, some have marked B also. But I hope it is very clear. The correct answer is C. And very well done. I am very happy. I am now almost chilled out about the possible results. I think I'm going to get a lot of selections after CLAT gets over. In fact, CLAT might say that we need to probably make the questions harder because students are becoming too smart. Okay, ज़्यादा हो गया, but I hope you get it. All right. Can we have the answer, guys? No, I mean first read the paragraph, right? Done. Anshita says we are doing mistakes in easy questions, doing it right in tough questions. That's a sign of being a genius. Okay, Anshita, don't worry, it's totally fine. Mayur Jaiswal, you are borderline genius. That is why. Don't worry, it's okay. Satyam says, आप इतना डराते क्यों हो? I just tell the reality, okay? I hope you know that I do not praise unnecessarily, and in fact getting a statement of praise from me can be a hard task, and I'm genuinely happy today, okay, by your responses so far. Yes, please. Can I have the question? Here is the question, guys. Please send me the correct answer. This one is very easy, very easy. Just send me the correct answer quickly. Classic, that's very good. Good to know. Yes, please. What is the answer, everyone? Quickly. Priya Goel, yeah. Priya Goel says this passage reminds her of Tare Zami Pe. I think yes, this passage did that definitely. Yes, everyone. I'm not really going to even read the paragraph unless you ask me to do it. The correct answer is option C. Very clearly correct. It's almost mentioned in the paragraph, and I have not seen any wrong answer except a few here and there, right? But in case you are not still clear about the correct answer, I'll quickly tell you. Look at the other options, guys. Option D. It says most people with great artistic ability were likely to have dyslexia. Paragraph says that some dyslexic people are very good at things like painting. Does it mean the reverse is true, that most of the great artistic people were dyslexic? It's not even an inference. Correct. Out. Option B says those with reading difficulties tend to possess great artistic ability. Is that what the paragraph is saying? The paragraph is saying this. Now read this line, guys. For those who got it wrong, this may explain why some people can draw much better than others. This relationship looks like is present. But is the paragraph saying this relationship is certainly true? All those who are dyslexic would be great painters. Is it saying that? Is it saying that great painters or great artists are dyslexic? It says there is probably some connection, right? Don't go beyond the information given, and please don't answer on the basis of movies. Don't say I watched Tare Zameen Pe, the kid was dyslexic and was also very good painter, therefore the correct answer is D or C or B. Don't do that. Correct? All right, everyone, let's move on. Anshita, I have explained it. Yes. Classic, yes, that's a very important point. Absolutely. Remember, everybody, you start learning the moment you say I don't know and I'm ready to learn. Correct? If you do not accept you do not know something, then we only justify. We keep on trying to justify why my answer is correct without trying to understand why my answer can be wrong. That's the first step, right? So please write D, everybody, quickly. After reading it, just write D, done, whatever. I'll show you the question. I'll show you the question now. Here is the question. You can send me the answer directly, no problem. Okay. Shrishti has sent the first answer. Correct or not, I don't know. Let's see. Done, done, done. D, D, D. I have got D so far, but I'll wait for 30 more seconds. Okay. Let everybody send the correct answer. Komal says A. Passage once. Okay. Somebody wants to read the passage once. I'll show you the passage once. Here is the passage, everybody. Those of you who wanted to read it. D, 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 B, B, D. Very few B, mostly D. I'll show you the question again. Now, if you have done our classes regularly, if you have done my classes regularly, I have talked about it like 11,50,000 times, right? Be careful of extreme words. Invariably means always. Now look at other options. Software packages are unreliable as they are embedded with human prejudice. Since software packages are man-made, they are subject to bias. Option B and C both are saying software packages have bias. These options are sure, right? Subject to bias is a little less sure, but still. So let's see option C. Option C is a certain answer, right? There is no doubt about it. Software packages are unreliable. Unreliable, can't rely. Certain. Option A, always biased. Now let's check, is the paragraph saying that? Let's start with option A. As it is sentence 1. As it goes about doing its tasks, a computer software is supposed to be devoid of any errors. Supposed to be. Then it says, when a software package makes calculations, it's deemed to be totally correct and error-free. Deemed to be, expected to be, supposed to be. Yet, a software package is not a scientific concept. It's composed of functions. It takes know-how, calculation, and creativity to make a software package work correctly. And some systems, like some companies, are much more competent than others. For a software package is a human creation and not a mathematical formula. Some systems are more competent. What does it mean? Can we say it basically means that some systems will do less number of errors and some systems will do more number of errors? We cannot be sure about it. We cannot say it will definitely do errors or it will not do errors, but it's likely to do errors, correct? And paragraph does talk about human beings creating it, etc., etc. But let's look at the options. Is it saying that software packages are bound to be biased? No. Since software packages are man-made, they are subject to bias. Yes, they can be biased, right? Can be biased, but is that what the paragraph is talking about? Paragraph is talking about the errors that computer systems make. This is only true because it says this leads to errors. This can lead to errors. Option B, not very great, but okay. Option C, out, because it says software packages are unreliable. Paragraph is not saying that. Paragraph is saying they can make mistakes. Option B does not talk about it, but option D does talk about it. Software packages are man-made. They can have errors. So let's see what is the correct answer. So again, very well done. I saw 95% answers were D, which very clearly means you are on the right track. You're doing pretty fine. Don't worry too much. You guys are rocking it so far. Okay. And I'm pretty sure you would do the same on 19th, provided you don't become condescending, don't become supercilious, don't become haughty, don't become snobbish, don't become arrogant and say, oh, I know everything, I'll do everything. Just be humble. If you don't know an answer, move on. Tell the question, it's not working between us. Thank you so much for meeting. Just be humble. You would do great. No problem at all. All right, everybody. Shingvi Rajat. Yes. Answer is yes to your question. Please read it quickly, everybody, and write done. Pragya Jhai, just read your message. Yes. Very good observation. You have improved drastically for sure. Ishar says done on the app. Done, everybody? Here is the question. Here is the question. I think it's a fairly easy question, right? And do it easily. Try to eliminate options. Look at the extreme words. It becomes very easy. Mirage Gaming. Focus less on gaming now, okay? I think gaming is leading to wrong answers, huh? Okay. D.A. passage, please. Here is the passage, everyone. Short passage, no problem. A, D, B, A. Okay, mostly A. Mostly A. Some are saying D also. Mostly A, some have said D. Just a reminder, guys. There is a thumbs up button. If you press that, and you press it if you like the session, then I hope you know it sends the session to more number of students who need it, and they will be thankful to you. It also makes us feel good about what we are doing, right? So do press it in case you have not done it yet. And if you're new to the channel, of course, press subscribe button. A or D may doubt hai. Okay, doubt between A and D, no problem, we'll discuss it. Chalo, let's see, everybody, what is the correct answer. So first of all, look at the extreme words. Okay, now look at option C, everyone. Option C is reverse of what the paragraph is saying. Yes or no? The written words bring out. Oh, my mistake. I thought the other way around. Written words bring out the true power of stories. True. It is true to some extent, but it is not the wrong answer. It is not the right answer. Okay, why am I saying that? Now I want you guys to pause here and think and tell me, why can't we say that C is the correct answer. It says the written word brings out the true power of the stories. Paragraph is also talking about the same thing. And why can't we say C is the correct answer? Think. If you get confused, compare C with option D. You would notice that option D is talking about technology and written word, but option C is only talking about written word. This is what I say when you guys ask me, I'm confused between two options, C and D. How do I know which one is the correct answer? When in doubt, compare. Option C talks about written words. Option D talks about technology. What does the paragraph talk about? Paragraph says a novel can be captured on film or television, but recordings are not as effective. The presence of writer and reader and the way the writer can activate the imagination of reader and transport him to another world are not fully captured by technology. Technology cannot do what written words can do. So written words are important, but compared to what? Technology. Does option C have that? No. So should we consider C as the correct answer? No. Option A and B both are talking about cannot. Now read the choices. The immediacy and intimacy between the writer and the reader cannot be captured by recordings. Is that what the paragraph was talking about? Paragraph was talking about what? Paragraph talked about the presence of writer and reader and the way the writer can activate the imagination of the reader. It talked about imagination getting activated, not intimacy. The way written words can activate your imagination, technology cannot do. It did not talk about any information about immediacy and intimacy. Out. Option B says technology and writing are separated by a deep divide and one cannot take the place of another. Paragraph is simply saying the way writers can fire your imagination, technology cannot do. For example, if you are a Harry Potter fan, you would always say that the book is better than the movie, or the books are better than the movies. Because when you read the book, you create Harry Potter in your own imagination, not the way the director wants you to imagine Harry Potter. This is what option D is talking about. Technology cannot activate the imagination like the written word. What is the correct answer? Would be option D for Delhi. I hope it is clear, everybody, how to read the information and how to eliminate choices. All right, let's be quick. We don't have too much time left. Read the paragraph and write done after you have done that. Okay. Karthikeya, no, did not talk about tech limiting imagination. It simply said tech cannot do what written words can do. Okay. All right. If you got it right, you would have done a good job. Mirage Gaming is saying Harry Potter my favorite. Mirage Gaming, that's awesome. I haven't read even a single Harry Potter book. I don't know why. But if you got the right question right, you have done a fantastic job. Mayur Jaiswal, you'll get plenty of time to read once you reach a good law college. Okay. You would get like 10 minutes per day. Just kidding, you'll get more. 20 minutes. Yes, can I show you the question now? Yes, please. Here's the question. This one is again pretty easy to do question, right? Okay. I think there is some problem in the question wording, guys. I think we need to leave it because the question options got repeated here. Okay. All right. Let's forget this question for a while. Let's move on to the next one. All right. I'm leaving that question because I think the other options were getting repeated. I left that question. Okay. You read this and let me know in the comment. Just write done after reading it. Yes, the other options were a repetition of the previous question, right? Just read it quickly. I'll show you the question afterwards. I think sufficient time. I think I can show you the question now, right? We have to be a little fast for the simple reason that you won't get plenty of time to read slowly in the actual paper also. Okay. I hope the options are correct here. Yes. So can I have the correct answer, please, quickly? This again is a very easy question if you can eliminate choices properly. Okay, just focus there. Quite doable. Though the paragraph was very big, but quite doable. All right, so I have started getting the answer D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C. All right, D or C. Good. First of all, let's look at option 1. English medium education is the root cause of nation's ills. Root cause. Look at the extreme word being used. Is the paragraph talking about it? Anywhere? It's the root cause. Let's find. No, we can't. Okay. So I think option A is can be very easily eliminated. All right. Let's look at B. Problem areas should be studied in depth. Now let me ask you. Can you all recognize, everyone? Pay attention, everybody. Can you recognize that this looks like a course of action option? Yes or no? I talked about in the beginning. Problem areas should be studied in depth. Is the paragraph recommending anything like this? Is it something we can infer from the passage? Let's find out. Can we read and find out somewhere the paragraph talking about something should be studied in depth? Let me know in the chat, everybody. Anywhere did you see? Correct. Sarah, is it clear? You will do very well, Sarah, don't worry. You will do very well again this year, don't worry. So I hope you understood the point I was making, right? Course of action is not necessarily an inference. Course of action, in fact, generally is not an inference. Now look at option C. Educating our children in vernacular is preferable. Preferable means it should be done if possible. Okay. Option D. If we had our children educated in vernacular schools right after independence, then we would have been a rich nation. This is called figment of imagination. Let's read the paragraph, guys. Paragraph ends by saying, this may explain why despite 70 years of freedom, we are still a poor nation. Paragraph is saying, because we prefer English medium education, we end up spending money on things like, national security and improvement in community life. We allocate resources, and that is one reason why we are poor. Is the reverse true? That if we had taught children English medium since independence, we would have been a rich nation. That means every English speaking country in the world would be a rich country, right? Is that what the author is saying? If I say if P then Q, does it mean Q will lead to P? Not necessarily so. But what is the author trying to tell you in the paragraph? That it would have been better if we had probably, taught kids in vernacular language. Vernacular language should have been better, is better, much better than English medium. That's what certainly the author is talking about. Author is not calling English medium root cause, not suggesting a course of action, is not suggesting the reverse also, that if you had taught in English everybody would have been rich. No. That is why correct answer would be C. Is this clear, everybody? More importantly, the difference between C and D, everyone? I hope it is clear now. All right. Let's try again. I think you must have read it by now. All right, here is the question, everybody. If required, I'll show you the paragraph once again. Don't worry. Can I have the answer, please? I think at least one of the four options is very easily eliminatable. Whatever. Correct, everyone? All right, I'll show you the passage once again, just in case that helps you. Okay. So I have started getting answers. I am getting D mostly, but B also, couple of B's and mostly D's. Tazia Sheikh. We can expect 6 passages, 5 questions each in CR. Sania Shafiq Ahmed, so good to see you. I am very glad to see you here. And you are most welcome at this channel. Please do join us regularly. We have a session tomorrow also at 8 o'clock, and we are conducting special classes on the app also. All of you, please make sure you guys come there. Okay. And I am taking Sania's name because she has found me after some time. She had not been able to locate me for some time, and that is why. Okay, but I'm really glad to see you, as in meet you here. All right, guys, here's the question. So in case you want to change your answer, you can change, no problem. Pitambar Rai, no problem. Okay, you have read the paragraph once already, so let me quickly help you with the answers. Can we all agree that A is absolutely useless option? Can we? All words wear out with use and need periodic replacements, as if they are bones of knee or hip, right? What is the paragraph talking about? Paragraph is saying that this is the age of political correctness. People tend to dismiss political correctness just as another passing fad, but the fact is that a word is always imbued with certain associations and metaphorical extension beyond its core meaning. And then it says, therefore, in this age, crippled is now differently abled, short is vertically challenged. And then it says, in a literate society, we should expect that the new terms we introduce will enable new ways of thinking and lead to a fairer society. Paragraph is saying that political correctness is not a fad. It has some value. What is the value? It leads to a newer way of thinking. For example, when you call a crippled person, you are being brusque, you are being rude, you are being uncivilized. But when you start calling, let's say, a short person as vertically challenged, you become more civilized, you become more polite, you become more humble. That leads to a newer way of thinking, and of course it makes you more mannered and civilized, and the society also looks more fair to each other, right? This is what the paragraph is talking about. Now look at option 1. It says all words wear out and use and need periodic replacement, as if it's some body part or some kind of a shoe or a tire that needs replacement. Absolutely useless. Look at option D. Political correctness helps in avoiding the pitfall of reading too much into the meanings and overtones of words. Paragraph is not saying that. Paragraph is saying every word has, overtones and meaning. An overtone can hang in for a longer time. It can impact you for a longer time. But the paragraphs the inference is not that political correctness helps us in avoiding pitfall. Political correctness leads to a better society. That's what the paragraph is saying. We must accept course of action, political correctness, as an essential part of linguistic life in a fair society. Can we all see that this is a course of action, everybody? Please remember, any piece of advice is likely to be a course of action. Just look at the way our parents tell us to get up early in the morning. You should get up early in the morning. That's a piece of advice, course of action, not an inference. So what is what is it that we can draw from the paragraph? We can draw the statement that political correctness, if you use, will lead to a fairer society, better society, more civilized society. That's it. The correct answer is option B. Is it clear, everybody? I hope you understood. All right. So first of all, thank you so much for joining me here. I'm glad that you took out time and came here, because you have exam, you have other sessions to attend, but you chose to not do that and you came here. That makes me very happy, genuinely happy actually. Okay. Please keep on practicing till the very last moment, but not standing outside the center on 19th. Okay, don't do that. That is useless. On 19th, chill. Don't worry too much. In fact, give tension to others. Don't take tension. We are doing a lot of sessions. I hope you know. Tomorrow I'm meeting you at 9 o'clock. We'll practice strengthening the argument question. 10th, Nivedita ma'am is taking a session. 11th, she is taking. 12th, she is taking. So you have plenty of sessions lined up. On 19th and 26th, we would have live analysis with top faculty members. So don't miss these sessions. We'll try to give you the idea about the exam, toughness level, if possible, cutoff levels and things like that. And of course, you can join us on different social media platforms, right? If you have not done that yet. And I'll see you again. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you again. Thank you. And good night. Keep on working as hard as you can. Thank you, everybody. Please take care. Bye-bye. There is no leaderboard here.